You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 357 for Sunday, the 4th of April, 2021.
Where dreams begin.
Well, hello there, my name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jane.
Hello there, Michelle, and happy Easter.
Happy Easter, happy Easter, happy Easter.
Don't have any Easter songs, do we?
Not really, although you could make some up, say, Easter Bunny is here again, chocolate times are round the corner. I don't know, you can make them up.
Yeah, because that's what Easter's all about, isn't it? Chocolate.
It is, it's a great time to go keto, not.
Yes, it's that's why you do what I do, Michelle. And if it's like, over 85% or 90% preferably dark chocolate, then you're okay, really.
Well, I've got a fix. I've got some Easter egg moulds, and I'm going to melt down my Montezuma 100% chocolate, paint it in these moulds, take them out, and put some peanut butter in, and that will be my Easter egg. So
That sounds very nice, to be fair.
Yeah, a little bit of peanut butter does everybody a little bit of good. So yeah, get fit for holidays. Is going really well. I have dropped a fair few poundage, so it's worth the pain and suffering. I just wish I was fit enough to go out and exercise because of still having the old chesticle problem overlapping from COVID back in December.
Look at that. Hopefully, as the weather starts to brighten up, Michelle, you'll be able to get out and about a bit more and it not be so cold. That might help you.
Yeah, I'm plodding. I'm doing a little bit every now and again. Anyway, so how are you doing anyway, lovely?
Well, I've finally broken up for my Easter break because I unfortunately had to work 4 days after you, which was not very fair. I'm getting messages off you all week going, "Hi, what are you doing?" I'm going, "I'm working, Michelle." So I'm now looking forward to 2 weeks off, so that when in 2 weeks' time, when you're back at work and I'm not, I can repay the favour.
So kind, so kind.
But no, we're up to. If anybody's been following our family Facebook page, they'll have seen a couple of little photos that I published on there of Simon and his R2D2. So that's been our main focus over these last couple of weeks. We have an R2D2, life-size R2D2, that is now living in my living room. It can get plugged in, and therefore when you walk into the living room, it picks you up, and it starts talking to you.
He's done himself proud on this one, he really has.
Yeah, it does look amazing, to be fair. And we're just going to, over the Easter weekend, we are in the process, I say we, I've got nothing to do with it, but we are in the process of now dirtying it down, because obviously Star Wars, it can't look too clean. It looks very clean and pristine, so it has to be mucked down now, distressed and what have you. So that's going to be happening. And then Simon's already mentioned, what do I do next?
Answers on a postcard.
Yeah, he can't not make something. He is a maker, and I think I've said before, if you're sitting there watching TV with him, unless it's something that he's really, really, hooked into, he will sit with a drawing tablet and be doodling and stuff. So it won't be long before another project is started, I can assure you of that. And I have a feeling it may be Star Wars orientated, and it may be another droid.
Ooh.
Watch this space.
We shall find out, no doubt, soon, Janie.
I will keep you up to date, don't you worry.
Thank you. Well, we've got a little bit of Disney history before Jane and I chatter through all the bits and pieces we've got for you this week. So I'm going to go straight away to start off on this day, 1928, 4th of April, poet, educator, author, actress and activist Maya Angelou was born. Do you know the Disney connection?
I don't.
She was one of the original voices of the Walt Disney World's Hall of Presidents attraction.
Oh, of course, right.
I think this quote from her is quite apt, especially when we've just been talking about Simon's love of making R2D2. You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. Don't make money your goal. Instead, pursue the things you love doing and do them so well that people can't take their eyes off you.
That's very true, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Persevere. If you want to do something, just go ahead and do it. And if money comes along, then money comes along. But otherwise, you do it for the love of doing it. And if you love doing something, then the pride and the effort that you put into it will show through.
And I like to think that me and you, we do this because we love doing it. It's not for financial gain at the end of the day. Yes, we have a Patreon account, but that is eaten up by all the things it costs us to actually put on the show. That is just a benefit so that we don't have to use our out-of-pocket expenses for, the production and all of that sort of thing. But we do it because we love talking Disney to other people. And the benefit for us is that we've made so many friends through this.
Absolutely, crikey. There's that many people that we now know and talk to regularly that we would never otherwise have met.
Let's move forward to the 5th of April 1965, and it was the evening of the 37th Academy Awards.
Oh, right, okay.
Julie Andrews won an Oscar for Best Actress for her role in Mary Poppins. 1965. It is still a film that is relevant, I suppose, because it was a historical film. So
yes, a period, what you'd call a period piece, isn't it? So and I think it's one of those. It is a classic film that has stood the test of time. The fact that obviously we've now had remakes and sequels or whatever you want to call them to it since. So I'm just waiting for it to get into the Epcot Pavilion. That would be, if that was to go ahead. I mean, I know it was rumoured a long while ago and everything's kind of got shelved and stuff, but it would be nice to see something for that movie appear in the UK Pavilion.
Absolutely. Moving on, 6th of April 2007, over at Epcot, you just mentioned it, the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros opens and it replaced El Rio de Tempo, that had closed down earlier on in January. Over there in that Mexico Pavilion, which I believe you have partaken in the odd margarita.
Well, it would be rude not to, wouldn't it?
It would be completely rude.
Yeah, because at the moment the animatronics aren't, if my memory serves me right, are currently not working. I think we've got cardboard cutouts of the Three Caballeros. So I'm hoping that means that the animatronics are being sorted and will reappear soon, fingers crossed.
I think Disney have missed a trick here. Because what they could do is, as the guests get onto the boat, they could give them some bean bags and charge them a couple of dollars for the bean bags. And whichever guests knocks over the Three Caballeros win a prize.
Like a pinata on the go. We would be happy with a bag of candy at the end of it, wouldn't we?
Have a margarita.
Oh, yeah, you see.
See, I'm not just a pretty face, love.
Crikey, how many times we come up with ideas for Disney? If they took us up on any of these, Michelle, we'd be well rich by now.
They took me up on the idea of Snow White having a featured eatery. I didn't get the credit for it, though.
No.
Anyway, moving on even more. We've got a nice journey ahead of us because we have just had announced that the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival is beginning. Are you ready for this, Jane? The 15th of July.
Right,
now,
okay.
I remember the days when me and thee were there in August with sulky face because we saw them getting all the kiosks out, but it wasn't going to start till September. But over the years, it's crept into August. So if you go back to the last full festival, that began on the 29th of August 2019.
Wow.
Last year's wasn't actually named the same. It was a taste of.
Taste of, yes.
So what they've done this year is they've removed the taste of, but last year's taste of actually started on the 15th of July as well.
So is this going to be then a full-blown festival, or is it going to be more akin to the taste? Do we know that bit yet?
I think now they've removed the taste of, I think we're going to take on board the fact that it's going to be the full festival. Details are scant. They're sort of hinting at countries that you're going to be able to partake and taste the tastes of, but Removing the taste of, like the taste of means you're getting a little bit of a sense of the flavour of the International Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
Well, to take that away means you're getting the full Monty, babes.
That would be really good, especially because, like say, we've always talked about those of us that are restricted to certain times of the year that we can travel. The fact that it would run, I'm assuming it's continuing through September, and beyond. That at least that way you've got a greater audience that can participate of it. Which if you're exposed to something, then that means you're more likely to go back and entertain it again, aren't you?
The thing is, though, when you think about it, the Flower and Garden will finish and then this one will start. Some people might actually start suffering with festival fatigue, and it will be a diagnosed condition that people may actually use to try and get one of those nice little passes to get on the attractions quicker. I've got festival fatigue. Only kidding.
I'm all worn out of having too much fun.
Yeah. Too much cheese soup with steak dipped in it from the Canada Pavilion. Oh, steak and cheese soup.
Oh, no. That's keto, Michelle. You're fine.
I know. Forget the horrible pretzels. Throw that in bin.
Cheese and steak.
Perfect.
Done. End of.
Yeah, so that's quite an exciting thing because those people who are able to get over to Walt Disney World this coming summer will have something to really look forward to. It is looking increasingly unlikely that our Brits will be allowed out of the country, but we will see.
Yeah, I've not got anything crossed at the moment.
Well, I kind of hope to get there this summer, but I've just sort of said, do you know what? Nah.
No, no point setting yourself up for something that's not going to be able to happen, is it? Let's be realistic about it, yeah.
Touch of Disney events have been held over in Disneyland and they are continuing through April. I have seen so much on social media about this, and I had a nice little chat with our lovely friend Wendy Cooper, and she had attended last weekend and she headed straight for a $12.50 reservation at the Lamplight Lounge.
Nice.
Well, beautiful views, beautiful food, some nice adult cocktails. She had the Angus burger sliders and a couple of drinks. She was a little bit underwhelmed.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, well, one, she doesn't like all the gubbins that go in with the burgers, so she just got the plain burgers. So maybe that made them a bit underwhelming. Maybe you needed all the, the sauces and the salad and all of that lot to make them good. But even the alcoholic beverages she just didn't get excited about.
That is a shame, though.
Yeah. She later went on and visited the Wine Country Trattoria, and she said, oh my word, I had a mimosa flight, and she said they were amazing. Really good quality. And she had an artisan cheese plate, and it just didn't come with the cheese and the little crackers. It had some dried apricots, some candied pecans, which, oh my word, I love more than life, and some grapes. So it looked quite a nice little platter she got for herself.
I will hope that made up for her then, if she has had a nice experience there.
She did try to get to the kiosk, but she said it was over 90 degrees and it was absolutely Meltsville. She really found it challenging.
Yeah.
So she tried to sort of stay in the shady areas and things. But what she did do when it came to nightfall was go over to Radiator Springs to see the switching on of the neon.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And then she grabbed the Monte Cristo, which is available from Smoke Jumpers, and you get 2 servings of it. And she said she'd been drooling about it all day.
Oh, that's a nice way to end the day, isn't it?
It is. I wish every day could end with a Monte Cristo. It would make me a happy bunny rabbit. But not going to be. So, next little bit I've got for the news is the Disney Cruise Line announced its 2022 itineraries.
Right, okay.
So, you've got the 4 ships, Fantasy, Dream, Magic and Wonder, all being announced where they're sailing off to and whatever next year. So, Disney made all these announcements. We went ahead and booked. Amazing travel agent, love you lots. And there wasn't any details about the new ship, the Disney Wish, because that's going to have its maiden voyage summer 2022.
Right.
But Disney then announced something that got Disney Cruise fans in the UK so giddy. And this is the news that Disney are just literally waiting for final UK government rubber stamping, if you like, but they're talking about bringing the magic to the UK to do cruises to nowhere.
Yes, I mean, I'm intrigued and skeptical at the same time. I think I did see somewhere today, as we're recording it, somebody had got a photo out there of the ship at Dover, I want to say. So it's made its way to the UK. But yeah, staycations, they're kind of calling it.
Yeah, because you get on the ship and you don't get off the ship until you get off the ship.
Yeah.
It's a very exciting and intriguing thing for us Brits, because going from Port Canaveral, you're looking at £1,000 a piece for the flights.
True, yeah.
It is very interesting, though, what the price point is going to be, because, for example, MSC, big cruise line, have got their brand new ship, the MSC Virtuosa. They're doing the same thing. And I believe, what's the other one? Oh, gosh, it's... there's another UK, P&O. They're doing them around the UK. So the price point's going to be really, really interesting. MSC are quoting $499 for 4 nights per person.
Right.
And it does not say what category room that is. I imagine that's going to be an inside cabin.
You would think that if that's a starting point, that's what you think, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking Disney will be looking at around about $725 price point for an inside, and possibly $999 for an outside sort of veranda room. That's my price point I'm thinking for the 4 nights per person. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the could be the sticky wicket, I suppose, for want of a better expression, as and when those price points are announced, whether or not people are prepared to pay whatever it may well be that they're being asked to pay.
And when you get away from the price, you've got to think about health and wellness. And on the Disney website, they said COVID-19 testing, health screenings, face coverings, reduced guest capacity and physical distancing.
Yeah. It's like we've said all along about when you choose to next go to your chosen resort, there's going to be lots of things to take into consideration, and you've got to have to weigh up against the price point against what your experience is going to be like, and whether or not you're prepared to have that sort of experience as opposed to, in air quotes, a normal experience.
True, good point. That's an interesting point, because if you get a veranda room, you can actually feel that sea breeze on your face and not have to wear a mask. But if you go up on a deck, you would have to.
Yeah.
So we'll see. More details are due out in April. So even by the time we release the show, those details might be out. And there might be a fair few people that are listening to this show right now ready to click that button to book. We shall see.
Very true. Yeah. Interesting.
But it's nice to see that the UK are getting something. And I know there's been a bit of a backlash with people over in the USA saying, well, why can't we have that in our country? Why can't we have one? Well, I don't know why not. But the Disney do have some cruises planned for around the UK this year, maybe because they're having to cancel them because of the availability of people to go on and off the ship isn't going to be possible.
Yeah, and I suppose it could just be another way of getting that a little bit of Disney across the globe, isn't it? When you've got, at the end of the day, as time we get to the end of April, at least both parks will be open in the States. You've got parks that are open over in Japan and China and Hong Kong and the like. And obviously for the European market, Paris, we don't know yet when that is going to happen. So perhaps it's just another way of getting a little bit of accessible Disney to a market that can't go anywhere else at the moment.
True. Anyway, we are going to talk a little bit about our favourite Easter eggs anyway today.
Yeah, but not chocolate ones.
True. So Jane, over to you.
Yeah, so this is I love this phrase, and I don't know where the phrase comes from. I really ought to find out. But to do with movies, we talk about Easter eggs, and Simon and I are all we're very keen on these when we're particularly watching all the Marvel stuff of late, because there's loads of YouTube videos about the different Easter eggs that appear. So when we're talking about Easter eggs in movies, we're talking about little nods that will appear somewhere in a film to another Disney film. And it's one of those things where in years gone by, we know that animators were putting them into films, but of course we were only watching them on VHS or on the TV, so you were unable maybe to see them. But nowadays, in the like of streaming and digital formats, people will go through these things and be able to stop, freeze, and you can actually see these little things that are in there, which most of the time to the average person, you probably don't actually see these little nods to other movies that are in there. But I think it's quite cute. And I know that even in Simon's industry with computer games, they've often done it, or they've put little nods in credits and things like that. And it might be nods to either other games, or it might be nods to people that have worked on games. So I think there is this thing that goes on within movies. That if you know about it and you're eagle-eyed enough, I miss these. Like, I will not see these normally. I need somebody to point them out to me. I'm just obviously not that observant. Or I'm enjoying the movie too much, probably. That's probably what it is. I'm enjoying the movie too much.
Maybe so. Sometimes they just drift past you and you just need to sort of, what's that?
Did I see what I think I saw? Yeah.
Yeah. I've picked a few out from Moana because I love that film and I've been watching it over and over at the moment. And if you go to the scene where Maui sings You're Welcome, you can see the fish swimming up on the animation, and you'll never guess one of those fish is Flounder from The Little Mermaid.
Huh. You see, I wouldn't have noticed that.
It's just that little second nod, but it's such a cute little piece of Easter egg. And then again in the self-same film, you know the bit where Tamato's very shiny treasure collection?
Oh, yeah.
And Maui's standing on the top of it. If you look, you'll see a Aladdin's lamp.
Yeah, I did know that one. I have spotted that one.
Those are cool.
Yeah, I think it's just nice that you see that, you know, that animators are paying homage to films that have gone before them.
Absolutely.
I think that's quite a nice, you know, it's like a little nod to say, liked your bit of work, mate. Well done, you know, type of thing.
Yeah. What about you? Have you found a couple you like?
Well, really sweet one. I mean, Lilo and Stitch is a big movie in our house. Molly loves Stitch. But yeah, going back to Lilo and Stitch, there's a scene in the bedroom and you've got a little bit of Lilo's toy box. And in the toy box there's a Dumbo plush toy, which I think is really sweet.
Aww.
To have a little bit of, you know, just a little bit of something in there. Because it's very much what a little girl would have, isn't it?
True.
And I have a Dumbo plush. So, you know.
I have somewhere.
Kind of nice. Yeah, we always be packed away in a box somewhere now, Michelle, won't it?
Probably so, yeah.
And then the other, I mean, I love hidden Mickeys anyway at the best of times. I kind of like hidden Mickeys, and I love it, you know, when you put a coffee cup down, you look at the rings it's made on the worktop and think, oh yeah, look, hidden Mickey. I can see it in all sorts of places. But in Emperor's New Groove, there's a scene there, and it's like a dining scene, and he's been brought all plates of food. And if you look at all the plates of food, it's like an overhead shot. All the plates of food have got hidden Mickeys on them.
Aww.
Just little dots. And I mean, I've actually got a few in a couple of my tattoos, and that's what I've actually got. I've got three little dots that if you didn't know they're there, and I remember having one of my tattoos done and saying to people, how many Mickeys can you see? And everybody would see the obvious ones that I'd had put in on purpose. But the little dots, people would go, oh, and then when you tell them, then they're looking for it constantly, going, oh yeah, I can see them now, you know. So I think that's a nice little nod, because we all like looking for hidden Mickeys, don't we?
Oh, it's such a good, fun thing to do. And I'm the same. When you had the flower ankle tattoo that your husband designed, and then I sort of fell in love with it and had a modified version, the tattooist put some little dots in.
Yeah.
And you don't know they're there, but I know they're there.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah. And then our tattooist that we both know, Rachel, when she did my Rapunzel, she put them in, and I didn't even know she was putting them in. And it's like when I started looking at it, it says, oh, you've done one there. Oh, you've done one there.
Well, it just means Disney's close to your heart then, always, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to take you to Tangled, because we all love Tangled.
Yeah.
And one of my favourite songs is I Have a Dream, I Have a Dream. I love it. And if you look very, very closely, there's a little Pinocchio up in the rafters.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's Pinocchio as a real boy, and I just thought that was super cute.
Nice. Yeah.
Have you any more?
Well, talking of hidden Mickeys, but this is a bit more of a direct hidden Mickey. So Goofy movie, which I watched non-stop with Ethan when he was a toddler. He loved the movie, and it was on constantly. And I do remember seeing this one at the time, and it's at the Power Line concert. And then there's a shot of the audience. You've got all the different audience members, and one of the audience members is actually Mickey Mouse, not a hidden Mickey, but proper Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I've got one for you, Jane.
Oh, go on then.
Jack Skellington in The Princess and the Frog.
No.
Yeah.
Whereabouts is that?
It's the Shadow Man, and he has friends on the other side.
Ah.
And you can see a shadow rising up, and it's Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right. Sneaky, you see, aren't they, with all of this, you know?
Yeah.
Well, the other one that I've found that I quite like, and this is because it's my favourite Disney princess, which is Belle. In Hunchback of Notre Dame, there is like a marketplace scene, and you can actually see Belle doing the classic walk through her poor provincial town. So she's got, she's walking along with her head buried in a book. And if you look very carefully in that scene, that you have her wandering through the scene, doing what she did in her original marketplace scene, which is really sweet. And because it's two French films, isn't it, effectively, as well?
True. We're challenging you guys. What's your favourite? Please let us know and drop us an email, info@disneydreamgirls.com. Tweet us @DisDreamGirls. We're also over there on that Instagram @DisDreamGirls as well. You can also see some show notes from today's show over at disneydreamgirls.com. Please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. It's your show too. We want some participation along with our Disney Dream Girls family, which are fantastic at participating and engaging with us on the show.
Definitely.
Anyway, have a wonderful Easter. Don't overdo the chocolate eggs. And until next week, it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.